Alrighty, folks, today on More Knowledge, More Wealth, we have a fantastic episode talking about Halloween. We're going to be talking about, sure, we could talk about the political fatigueness, but more importantly, we'll talk about the spending, the economic impact, and ways and strategies that you could utilize to save money. Looking at money as a tool, looking at the addictive nature of that, and more importantly, making sure you can take advantage of the Halloween hacks for the year. I want you to enjoy this episode of Halloween and ways that you could save money and take advantage during this holiday season. Lots to talk about today, folks. Welcome to the show. Now, we have what going on right around the corner. We have Halloween, finally. Now it's time to have fun. Go out and just remember the world is more important sometimes than what's going on in DC. Seriously, you have to take a look at just this whole reason we're in the election season is so we can try to better our life. That is important. I get it, but my goodness, do not let it consume your life where you're just getting upset. I get it. Trust me, I do. But guess what? We're still going to wake up the next day. We're still going to go on the internet. We're still going to go to work. We're still going to drive our cars. We are still going to eat food, which means the economy still keeps going. There is no change, nothing you can do about it to make that different. But hey, Halloween's around the corner. This is time just to have fun. Now, there's three different types of people, in my opinion. Those who have kids are doing it for their kids. Those who want to go party and have fun. And then the last group of people who just want to people watch, whether it's at their house, whether it's passing off candy, whatever the case may be. So one of those three things, just enjoy. It's going to be during baseball season. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to hopefully have a lot of fun. And it's just your time to remember the good old classic American fun. Whether it's the wars that's going on overseas, the issues that we're dealing with in our country, just remember, our future is the kids. And Halloween is really for the kids. It's to have them dress up where they can take an identity, have fun, and feel like they are a firefighter, superhero, or princess. So please take a moment just to enjoy yourself, because personal finance is more personal than finance. Think about what the money side is for you. It's a tool. It's a tool to enhance your life, to be able to do the things that you want to do. So when you look at your situation, and you have to ask yourself, would you travel more if you had more money? Would you retire early? Would you spoil, whether it's a spouse, a friend, a child, or a grandchild? It's the tools of money. And 'tis the season for that. But all I see lately is people just complaining. I can't even stand to go on social media anymore or even watch the TV. Why? Because it is just negative. We have become in a society of negativity. That's all what it seems like we look for, and I get it. If I owned a TV show, that's all I'd be pushing. Why? Because you watch it. You crave it. And our society is turning in that direction. And it is unfortunate. But the goal and focus should be more than that. It should be to focus on what money can do for you. Because all it's going to do is extrapolate the type of person you are. If you're a bitter, grumpy person, you know what more money is going to do to you? Make you more bitter and more grumpy. If you're a happy person, it's going to make you more happy. If you're a greedy person, it's going to make you more greedy. And if you're a philanthropist, it's going to have you expand that more where you give more. So focus on things that can help you make money. You could take a look, for example, I learned from clients. There's clients I have that they're just for fun. They're always on Redfin and Zillow, nonstop. Why? Because they're consistently looking at homes that come up that is smaller where they can downsize and pocket more money for themselves. And they'll be able to save money. Their $1.2 million house, they don't need those extra 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. Maybe they could buy a place for $500,000 to $600,000. Now they have more money, less expenses on a monthly basis, yes, utilities and so on. And now they can take that money and have it work for them. You have people sometimes looking at businesses, additional businesses to buy. You have people researching stocks. Just their activities are focused on how it can enhance their lifestyle. You have people consistently looking at things to better their kids, looking at job opportunities on their behalf. They're helping their household. They're sometimes looking at ways to save money. They go through budgeting on a consistent basis. Those are the engineers out there with their Excel spreadsheets. You know who I'm talking about. But it's finding ways to enhance a situation. That can be a hobby. By the way, folks, if you're just joining me, you're listening to Gabriel Shane, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend, talking about all important topics of personal finance. And the idea of today's show is just to go over with you the basic concepts of money and stop focusing on political riffraff that's going on. Listen, it's around the corner and somebody's going to get elected whether you like it or not. But guess what? We still have free will. I get it. Those in California and Minnesota and certain states are saying, no, government's imposing more and more. And whoever gets elected, it's going to happen more and more. But guess what? At the end of the day, the focus and attention happens in that household. And having that good, strong lines of communication is key. Having basic concepts of building wealth within yourselves, working hard, talking to the parents, having good dialogue, warning them of outside influence. We used to have the same conversations. Now it's talking about government getting involved and trying to tell us how to raise our kids, right? But we used to say that about TV. Heck, they used to say that about comic books before then and books before then. It never ends. Now it's social media, right? Used to be social media. Now what is it? It's government and initiatives in school and things like that. You know, if I was a betting man, you know what I would be bullish on? Is bullish on private schools. I would think there should be more private schools out there. Maybe a more affordable way to do that as well. But you have to understand what money is there for. It's to enhance your lifestyle, to give you a tool. Sometimes too much money can cause more problems, right? But if it's a situation where you have a goal in place, where it doesn't matter if somebody added a zero at the end of your net worth, where you are still going to maintain that same goal. Now, I get it. Your goal may be to drive a Mercedes, and that C class may go to an E class, and you have more money, it might go to an S class. I understand that. But the core characteristics are going to stay the same. And if you have interests, hobbies, people that you're looking to help, if you've achieved your financial goals, that's going to enhance your goals. What do I mean by that? It's going to be able to help you determine more and more people who you want to help, if that is something that is of interest to you. But keep in mind, you may have siblings, you may have kids, you may have grandkids. You may have charitable organizations that you feel very strongly about. You may have alma maters and schools that you also want to support. A lot of these places may name a conference room after you, or name a room after you, or a building after you, depending on how much you have. But what is the idea of all of this? The idea is quite simple. The idea is taking a look and understanding where you are at your point of time. Whether you're working, whether you're retired, whether you're taking a leave, or whether you're just starting, or in school, whatever the case may be. Everybody has goals. Everybody has some determination to achieve those goals. It's the opportunities that allow us to do so. All I'm suggesting to you is, do not get distracted. It's those who get distracted in school who fail. It's those who get distracted at work that don't succeed. And it's those who get distracted in the news, in the politics, through things they, by the way, have no control over, who do not succeed, who fail in this game we call life. Find hobbies that can make you money. Go on the Upwork and the Fiverr and try to find things in this gig economy that can make you have more money. Obviously, you have extra time. Everybody has extra time. And if you don't, God bless you. I hope you're getting fairly compensated for that. And if you're truly working 15 to 18 hours a week, give us a call. You know, we like hardworking people. Here at Falcon, we would love to help get those type of people. But my point to you is what? Is focus on things you can control. And there are multiple different ways to help in your financial situation. Like I said earlier, it could be housing, it could be budgeting, or it can look at proactive ways to make additional money. Whether it is the Ubers or the Fivers and the Upworks and some of these other ways that you can make money. Or it could be doing other type of proactive activities like trying to get licenses, whether it is to be a realtor or it is other aspects of trying to enhance your education, further your education, new licenses and certifications. Hopefully it's something that you have some type of desire for. What I'm trying to say is don't let the negativity of the press, which is entertainment, get in the way of your financial goals. Regardless of who is president, the stock market is going to react. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. But long-term, companies find always a way to make money. So focus on that. This is interesting because our job has become more of a financial, not coach, but a psychologist, where it helps people keep track and not get distracted. The questions that they consistently have on a daily basis gets addressed. Takes a look at their situation that they're in and saying, ignore that noise. Just like when you were in school, right? Do you remember that? You had to study for the test, but there was always that party going around, always that Taco Tuesday, always that all-you-can-eat party or drinks that you can focus your attention on. But it's those who are disciplined who succeeded in school, those who are disciplined who succeeded at work, and those who are disciplined who succeeded in life. Our job is to help you do that. Give us the opportunity as well. Give us a call. We would love to help. It doesn't matter where you're located. We want you to focus on what matters to you. And there could be low-hanging fruit in your situation that can enhance your situation. Give us a call. We would love to help. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short, where you can get this episode, any one of our previous episodes as well. But what I want to do, because it is the season of Halloween, and I just wanted to take a step back because I just sense so much negativity and more is coming out because some people are extremely concerned that Trump may be president or if Harris becomes president, whatever the case is. I just want you to focus on you. But when we come back, I want to have some fun. Let's switch this up. This all started with Halloween, remember. Enjoying watching those little kids out there and give them compliments and they feel really good about themselves. And the parents who are maybe with them that just are happy, so happy that their kids are happy. Yet again, a tool to make sure you enjoy the things in life that you deserve to enjoy. Or some of you that are going to go party or whatever the case is, or just those of you who are going to sit there and people watch, which I get it. I'm just telling you that this is the time where we should just enjoy the moment. You ever hear the good old days? Now, sometimes I think about the good old days. I remember the good old days before my wife and I had kids. I remember the good old days we had one child holding on one arm. I remember the good old days we had two kids and we felt really good because they started sleeping, we got in a routine, and we still had the nights to ourselves. Now we have our third child, our surprise child, our COVID child. Now it's like, okay, well now she's starting to talk, walk, use the bathroom, all the fun stuff. Have you ever thought that maybe today is like the good old days? Like, think about that. Let's be positive in what we have today. I'm happy right now when we put our kids to sleep. Me and my wife have our time to ourselves. Sometimes we may watch reruns of Friends or some other shows, or we may just watch some of the HGTV home flipping battle on the beach. But it's those times that we have with each other that we just get to hang out by each other and appreciate our adult time together. And, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder because we wake up the next day, love our kids, or we see them right before we go to bed and give them a kiss on the cheek. I told my wife this past week, you know, I'm going to miss these days. When you make a comment like that, I'm going to miss these days, you know what you are doing? You're living the days today. You're missing those good old days. And I think the more you can understand that what you have today will change tomorrow, it's going to have you have a new outlook on life. It will have you give you a new outlook on your goals. Because what happens today will not be forever. So enjoy that. Almost 90% of Americans will be celebrating Halloween. Yep, we all see that one house that doesn't turn their lights on. It's their polite way of saying, do not ring my doorbell. Check this out. A new high of $108 each household will be spending in Halloween. Now, I'll be going over those here in just a moment of what are those items. You have also, check this out, the breakdown, about $40 being spent on costumes, another $35 on decoration, about $5 on greeting cards, and then $32 on candy. Now, more than a third plan to spend between $100 to $500 on Halloween. 23% spend as much on decorations for Halloween as they do for the winter holidays. Now, rising inflation is taking its toll. Let's go into more detail. 34% of people are buying cheaper Halloween candy. 34% of people are cutting back on Halloween decorations. 29% shopping at discount stores for their Halloween items. And 24% are reusing old costumes, and so on. Now, just some potential ideas for you. You maybe don't want to buy Halloween candy early. Maybe you want to wait until the week of, or sometimes on the day of, as guess what? Companies and stores start realizing, I need to get rid of this stuff now, and they go on sale. Maybe, just maybe, you can shop candy in bulk at a warehouse club such as Sam's Club or Costco, and, there's also the dollar stores. Opt for hard candy over chocolate treats, which are more expensive. Organize a costume swap with family and friends. Most costumes are only worn once. By able to swap that out could be a fantastic thing for your kids as well. And then stock up on candy and costumes as decorations on the day after Halloween go on sale. My wife does that all the time for Christmas. There are multiple different things that you can do during Halloween. Sometimes the civic centers and libraries have events. Sometimes local religious organizations have a trunk or treat, or city activities offer something like that as well. There are multiple clubs and ideas and libraries that have different activities at no cost. Check your local city, as a lot of cities do have these options. I know a lot of places, such as Disneyland and Universal Studios, they have these haunted events that are there. Those can be pricey. And those are typically for elder people as well, maybe people in their teens or 20s or people in college. They enjoy those more than others. Those are frightening items that most people don't really care for. But if that's really your thing, like I said, it's typically people from 16 to 26. You can look at your local high school, middle school, or elementary school that may be doing events for the kids. Not every event has to be about spending money. Most of the time, kids don't care. It's normally the parents that are wanting the experiences for their kids, which they never experience themselves. So don't focus so much on giving the kids what you haven't. Focus more on just giving the kids what they need, which is your love and attention, and quite frankly, just a good time. Also, the classic free item that you could be doing on Halloween is what? Please, let's all say it together. Trick or treating. Going house to house on Halloween is the number one strategic thing you can do, because you get to see all the people are there. And don't go out and have dinner afterwards. Come back to the house. Lay them on the floor. Have the kids trade candy. And have fun. Talk about what their favorite costume was, what their favorite house is. These are just the simple things that could just be a lot of fun for the kids. Because remember, Halloween's not really for us, is it? No, it's for the kids. Yes, there's some of us that still like to have a good time and have parties. I get it. But the idea of spending more than you need to and going into debt just bothers me. It really does, and we shouldn't have to do that. We're all in this to have a good time. So, what else do we got here? A few other comments. 50% of households, which typically give out 2 pieces or candy to every trick-or-treater. Check this out. Remember that classic TV special? It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's been almost 60 years since that aired. And then we have over 50,000 acres of pumpkin harvest in the U.S. So, what does this all mean? This is an important holiday. It's not really a holy day, but it's an event that we like to enjoy as a country. So let's enjoy it. Let's not turn on the news. Let's not do anything to get ourselves upset. If you enjoy horror movies, knock yourself out. But remember, This is about the kids. And what does money do? It enables us to achieve what we want to achieve. By the way, folks, if you're just joining me, you're listening to Gabriel Shane, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here. And every week, and we're talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today we are talking about the core items, the core characteristics of what? Money, Halloween, and having a good time. And at the end of the day, there is a lot of data that supports that costs are going up. But by reusing costumes that you've had in previous years, by taking a look and going to places that are at no cost, and guess what? If you're out with your kids trick-or-treating, there's nobody at home to do the trick-or-treaters. You can put a bowl of candy in front, throw some candy in there, and then you're done. If it's out, I'm sorry, right? But taking a look yet again at your situation and making sure you're just enjoying life, because that's what money is for, right? That's what the time in our lives is for. It's not just slaving at our jobs from 8 to 5 every single day. It's about enjoyment, and find that enjoyment. I know it's hard. It's always hard. We always have something on the news to annoy us, or somebody or somewhere somebody says something that bothers us. I understand. It's human nature. But please, please, please find the positive things in life. And as you go over in Halloween this past week, I want you to enjoy the basic concepts of life. And what is life? I see that in kids. I see it in vibrant youth. I see it in general with people smiling. Surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with happy people. And just surround yourself with a way and mindset of positivity. By doing that, I promise you, that's 90% of the success that you're going to see. When you're positive, positive things happen. As I like to say, winners win. Why? Because their mindset is always on that goal. And for you, put your mind in that goal. Enjoy this fantastic event and this occasion of Halloween. It's just fun, folks. Who doesn't say it's fun? You may not celebrate it, but go out there, go out to dinner and people watch. If it's not your thing, at the very least, seeing people in costumes, good or bad, scary or funny, whatever the case is, it's just a good time. And who doesn't want a good time?